We are back with more of Beautiful You, a Where You Live special from Ferris State University in Grand Rapids. The whole point of this experience is to empower girls to love themselves. I've got a group of young ladies here. What school are you from?
Grand Rapids Ellington Academy of Arts and Technology.
Excellent. That's a mouthful. Good job. All right, so what are some things that you love about yourself?
I'm pretty.
You are pretty. What about you? What do you think girls your age need to know about beauty from the inside out?
Well, to yourself, you look different from more other people, but it's all about confidence and ongoing, just believe in yourself and you can achieve and become better.
Perfect. I would like to introduce you girls to my friend Kaylee. Talking to girls about beauty from the inside out. And one of the key ways we are doing that today is with Kaylee Kenny. Kaylee, you have kind of joined us as a keynote speaker here at Beautiful You, and you have such an awesome message. Tell me about yourself as a kid and growing up and what brought you here today.
Growing up, I lived in small-town Manistee, Michigan, where everybody knows everybody. Well, at least they think they do.
Yes, exactly.
So, naturally, in the public school system, I already had low self-esteem issues. I wasn't into sports. I participated in an equine program for the mentally and physically disabled for Northern Pathways Mediation. And my mother involved me in ballet to just kind of help build my self-esteem.
You know, Kaylee, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking you are gorgeous, you're well-spoken. How come you were struggling with low self-esteem?
Honestly, being in the public school system, if you had anything different about you, you stood out. So that was really a struggle that I let define me as a person.
Tell me about, you were born with something that made you feel not so beautiful about yourself if you looked in the mirror.
Yep, port wine stain. It's a vascular malformation of the face. It's basically a buildup of blood vessels. And it usually, they say, has to be treated about every 6 weeks to just maintain. It's kind of like an oil change. You know, everything has
what is treated? What do you have to do to be treated?
It's a V-beam laser, so it penetrates the skin and the blood vessels, so it just prevents it from growing.
So how many surgeries, treatments have you had in your lifetime?
I want to say about 59, 58, 59, high 50s. So.
All right, so when you think about your childhood, you think about some good times up in Manistee, but some not so good times, and you think about having this purple thing on your face. How did you start to deal with it as a teenager?
I started experimenting with makeup in about 7th grade, and as soon as I learned how to kind of hide behind that and use that as my defense mechanism, life started to get a little bit easier. I started to learn how to manage my curly hair so I wasn't too awkward looking. So just learning to accept what you're given, like the cards you're dealt, and not letting that define you was a huge obstacle to overcome. So I feel as if as soon as, it's only after you accept it that everyone else does. So once you kind of overcome that, it's just an everyday thing. It's just me, it's who I am. So.
Today you work in the beauty industry.
I do.
You
yes.
work at Design One, a big salon here in West Michigan. People are looking at you every day, you're looking at people, and you radiate beauty. How did you get to the point where you said, I'm not even wearing makeup anymore, because this is me?
That's a very good question. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Looking back, I don't know how to answer that. It's just...
Are you comfortable with who you are?
Absolutely, but it's the journey that gets you there is the hardest part. And just, it's difficult to look back because it just wasn't a very happy place in my life. So I guess my message is really like, don't give up hope. I mean, you're given what you're given, so learn to accept it and love it and don't fight it and just be who you are, who you're meant to be. So.
Thank you for radiating beauty from the inside out.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Kaylee had an amazing message. Did you guys love that? Yeah. What is something that you really learned or took away from that?
Well, what I learned from her is that she wasn't scared of people seeing what was on her face. She stood up for herself after her getting bullied and everything that she went through. She wasn't scared of people looking at her in a different type of way.
It was powerful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I saw a girl go up afterwards and give her just a big hug. Because that's what we think about when we think about someone who is maybe hurting and who found themselves and said, I'm not standing up for that anymore. You want to just hug them and say, way to go. What was the takeaway for you?
I saw that she was really confident and she didn't care what anybody thought. She thought she was pretty, so.
And did you just sort of see a beauty kind of come from the inside out with her?
Yes.
I did too. All right, thank you so much, girls. Keep having fun at Beautiful You. Throughout the event, Chris from Priority Health got the girls up and moving. Why is it so important to get these girls up and moving and stretching?
Well, because the habits that they create now, they can take with them into their adult years and create a healthy style of living. So right now, there's so many electronics and things that keep kids in front of screens all day, whether it's they're at school on their computer or their iPads or phones. So they need to get up more. They need to be more active. The obesity rate is climbing, as we all know. So it's important to make sure that these girls have an understanding of why they need to move around. There's always
Stretching,
time.
walking, jumping, moving.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Just
It gives
get
us
up
energy.
and get moving.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Even though people may put you down, you still have the confidence in yourself to say that you're beautiful.
Some girls be like they're fat, they're ugly and stuff, and they're really pretty. They don't think about themselves, they think about bad things that other people say about them.
It helps girls get more confidence and love themselves.
From the time we walked in up until now, it's been going very well. Very interactive. As students, often they're in school all day, sitting, listening to their teachers, and so when we come out to events like this, it's very important that it's interactive, hands-on, and so far, getting feedback from the young ladies that we brought down here has been very positive. They've enjoyed, and some are asking if they can attend next year, so it's been going great.